What's up guys, Eastsides here back with another video. So in this video I'm making a variation on Monopoly. So I start off with just mapping the general shape of the board, and then I go and make the currency for Monopoly. I decided to do 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, and 500 currencies. And I continue to play around with the board a bit more. And I'm going to be making a Monopoly variation, so it'll be different than the original game, but more on that later. So this was the hardest part of just making all the cards with all the numbers and fitting the name to the text. Just because, you know, all the cards are different and have different number values on it. So this part probably took the longest out of any stage of the project. So after I get all of the property cards completed with, I move on to making sure they're all grouped properly and revisiting some of them. I edit the board just to make it look a bit cleaner and adjust some of the colors. Here I'm making, so what I was thinking for the game was make different kind of powers to make each or something stronger. So I'm designing those. I ended up not using this, but thought I'd mention it took a little bit of time to do. So I've just copied all the text from the cards, and I'm laying them on the Monopoly board itself, and adjusting them onto the board, making sure they're take up the right amount of space and are all even with each other. And after that, I find a list of the I fill out some of the extra squares that didn't get used, and now I'm making the chance cards. So I just find a PDF with all of the chance cards in them, and I just copy them down. Lastly, I just make a little list of the power-ups and what they cost, and then finish up with the chance cards. And then I format the printing of it by making it try to be about the same size as my normal Monopoly, and just formatting everything like I said. After that, I print it out, and I tried using colored paper for some of the for most of the things. Just decided to save ink, and I definitely saved a lot of ink, especially for the cards, because those would all have to be colored to print it. So Monopoly, fun fact, has 30 of each type of currency, or of each denomination of bill. So I copied suit, and I also merged the community chest and chance cards together. I find them kind of redundant. And then on to making the actual board. So Monopoly is 4 squares of 10 by 10 that fold up. So I found this large cardboard box and cut it into strips of 10 before cutting them square into, squares for the Monopoly board and marking them up. I do that again for the other 2 quickly, and then I get the board pieces and I cut those out together. Before or after I finish cutting those out, I tape up the board together. The Monopoly board has like a certain pattern that must be done in, and I use duct tape once I'm happy with the how I taped it together, and to go around the outside just to make sure the cardboard doesn't like come apart later or anything like that. So the tape just gets put all around, and then I finish gluing the board together. I glue them together, and then I glue them onto the cardboard board, marking out where I'm gonna put them and gluing it. So after I glue it, I just make the pieces for it. So I had 5 players, I think I did, each a different color. And I did something special. I made the magnetic for the power-ups. More on that later. So I finished everything off camera, and obviously just like setting up the Monopoly board. I think this looks like a normal game of Monopoly, so I'll just go over quickly what the extra pieces do. So if the player has the dice on, they roll an extra dice with their normal dice roll. If the player has the green thing, they would get extra double money. So you'd get 300 here. They would get 600 when you pass go. Instead of 200, they get 400. And for any community chest chess cards, like instead of collect 45, they collect 90. So you collect double of whatever it is. Yeah. This one is cheap properties. So it'd be, instead of 400, it'd be 200. Pretty strong as well. This one is you double rent. So, you know, whatever the rent level is, you double that. So it can be kind of expensive. And I wasn't sure really what to do with the last one, so I did a cheaper hotels cost. So, you know, half the hotel cost. And just as the players are going around the board, whenever they land on a power space, you know, they can buy a different power up, and so they, you know, take a power up. So say like blue has the double money and orange lands on the square, they could take their power up instead if they wanted the double money over the one they already had. And yeah, that's just kind of the additions I made. No real other changes other than I merged chance and community chess cards into just one deck of cards. I don't know, they both seem kind of pointless. Thank you for watching, and see slides out.